Good morning. Good morning. It's a really nice morning, really nice. We've got the majority of the cattle out here, all the cows out here kind of in the pasture. Um, we've got all their babies out there. We've got a good group of calves already. Everything's going really, really well. I'm very happy with how things are going this spring and calving is going. So far, everybody's been healthy. We had some trouble with Pink 13. It was a really difficult birthing for him. Christy and I took care of it. Luckily, we were right here. We got him going. He's back on his feet. He's nursing. He's got a lot of energy. Yesterday, he was running and kicking and bucking and just doing all the things that young calves should do. This morning, he was out here nursing, so he's doing well. My hope and goal is to kind of get him back out in the pasture today, whether that be this morning or this evening or whenever that may be. Um, Other than that, what I've got to do is I've got to sort off 22 and get her separated because she's definitely going into like early labor here. So I've definitely got to try to get her separated, isolated. Um, I have that bigger kind of corral with the water tank in there. I've got it open and available. So my goal is to kind of get her into that, and I'll have it available so she's into the other side access as well. That seems to be a little bit drier. So I'm going to hope, I hope that if she does decide to calve, she'll kind of find that spot over here that's a little bit drier and just keep the calf off the ground a little bit better, off the wet, mucky ground anyway. We've had several days of rain, so it's just kind of not so great in the corral. So that's the reason we try to get the calves up on their feet, get them, make sure they're doing really well, and then get them out in the pasture as soon as possible, so they can get up and get in dry ground and that kind of thing. So anyway, let's go back in here. We just gave them, my father-in-law and I, Dave and I, just gave them a big bale of hay, and they're so they're definitely ready to get back into the corral. I'll try to isolate her so she still has access, and we'll go from there. So all that said, let's get to work. I did want to show you, we've got just a beautiful thing out here. We've got cows all the way out here in the pasture, all the way out on that end, all the way across the pasture. And look at that backdrop. Absolutely beautiful. Cows, calves, more cows and calves, just all the way across. It's a beautiful thing, I'll tell you. Beautiful thing. This is the Clark's Fork Canyon. There's a lot of history here. There's Little Rock Creek. This is Bennett Creek. And there's the state line. That is called Line Creek. And that is the state line right in that V right there. That is the state line. So just a little bit of showing you where we are located and what we've got for a backdrop. We got a little inversion going on here. So the pressure is pushing the clouds down and holding them at a lower level than typical. So you can see them, they're kind of just held down right here at the top of the mountains. And that's not unusual in this time of year and earlier in the morning. So yeah, you'll see the clouds just held at a pretty low level. Anyway, all of that, you may be bored with that and not interested. So anyway, let's get busy here. Okay, I've got all the cows and the steer, the one steer down here in that short, small pasture here. I've got this so it'll close. So I'm going to close this. I've tried to make everything super simple for myself because generally it is just me working down here. So my goal is to kind of sort them so that the majority come out here into this area here, the bigger part. They've got a big tank of water over here, and then I'm going to be able to move this panel. I've got it secured right now, so I'm going to undo it. But as I get closer to the one I want in here, and generally she's kind of in the back, I'm going to swing this out here, push her directly in there, and then close it back up. So that's kind of the goal. So I'm going to take off these sections that are secured. I'm going to put all these away. I've got it kind of wedged in here between the fence and this post anyway, but I did this just in case, because you'd be surprised how often cows kind of play with things and try to get things pushed out of their way, and they kind of get bored, and they're like children. If they've got something to play with, they sure as hell will do it. So. Okay. And you can see these aren't secured very tight. They're spun up enough that the cows shouldn't be able to get them off easily. But if they do, so be it. It's not the goal, of course. Hi, little 15. But I just have them in place to kind of hold it so that they can't. It's hard to say can't, because they can do so much. It's amazing what they can do. But now what I can do is I can swing this over super easy. I can get the one in there that I want, and I can close it back up and then chain it back up, and that'll be that. First thing I'm going to do, though, is try to let out the easy ones. Because a good group of them is just going to head right over. Get back, Mama. So a good group will just kind of head right over, and I can kind of guide her. Come on. There we go. And now I'll try to separate her out. I get the rest of these going back that direction. Come on, kids. Come on. I'm going to move them up. Hush now. I got to get her pushed to the back. All right, kids. Now they're moving. They know which way they're going. Get back, girl. All right, we'll see which one comes out first here. If she starts coming out first every time, what I'll do is I'll just guide her into that corral. There we go. All I need is one more separated off. Come on, one. Come on. All right, I got them kind of held right here. There we go. That's what I needed right there. All right. Now I can just let this gate swing closed. That'll hold her for a minute. Now I can move this panel across. All right, that's good enough. Now that will hold her and guide her. Oops, let me grab my flag. All right, now she can't really, I won't say can't, but She can get in there now and she'll go straight into the corral. All right, Mama. I don't really need to shake the flag at her or anything. She's going to be real easy. There we go. Just like that, we got her isolated. Now I'll move this back. Oh, kids. All right, this corner up here is the driest area we've got. So that's where I'm going to try to leave her, is right there. She's got access to this. It's all good. There's a nice corner about half this corral. About half this corral is nice and dry. So all I did for this this corner right here is I just used a stretch of chain and a bolt and washer, and that works just fine. If I could have got a couple of clips, I would have used clips, but the freaking hardware store, Tractor Supply, was out of clips, if you can believe that. Sure would have made my life easier, but easy life is not for me, I guess. It's all right. Like I said, I'm not fastening them over tight or anything like that. I'm just securing them finger tight so that I can get them off real easy, just like I've done. Super easy to change these up. They don't need to be super tight. So there we go. We got all the other kids. Nobody else is bagging up or anything like that. I can, when they're fed, I can actually just walk behind them and get a really good look. Who's this? Need to see who this one is. 17.4 is starting to bag up a little bit. Not a bunch, but she's starting. Hi, babe. Hey, kid. You're not bagging up. We're getting pretty close. This is pretty good. 5 more to calve in here. So anyway, we've got 22 isolated now. She's got plenty of access to feed. She's got a big water tank to herself. She's got plenty of room. I've got to go to town again today, so I'm going to be gone for a while. Hopefully we don't have any troubles. I wouldn't expect to have any troubles. She's a 3-year-old heifer instead of a 2-year-old like the rest of them. That's why she's got a purple tag. She was one of, I won't call her the originals because she's out of one of our other cows. But when we moved everything over here, we tagged everything purple that we brought over. That way we kind of have an idea of what we started with. So I think that's it. They got water, they got feed, everything's good. I'll check 13 and then we'll go look at some cows and calves. All right, not much to see. Not much to see down here with the cow and the calf, number 13. There she is, teal 13, and her little baby pink 13. So really not much to see right here. They're doing well. Everybody's doing great. Hi, Mama. You want a little bit of a treat, huh? Let me grab a treat for you. All right. You can see Mama and baby are doing great. I gave Mom a couple cookies. That baby's doing pretty well. He has been up and hopping around. He just got finished eating, and I gave him a little grain here. So that's about all there is for these guys. I'll come back and I'll water later when I fill everybody. I guess from here, what we'll do is just go take a look at the cows. There's not going to be a bunch going on with them. They're all just kind of out there laying out. So it's kind of typical first thing in the morning. They'll lay out in the sun and try to soak up some of that sun, and then they'll get active, start grazing, and then they'll lay down about midday. And that's kind of the life of a cow. They've got a really nice life, and it doesn't, and it's not bad at all. They, the way we treat our cows, they have every day of their life is good. Oh, all right, let's go check the cows. Well, I hadn't intended on coming out here into the pasture. But as I was looking, driving out, I was checking cows, giving them a good look over. In the process, I see that there's a cow out here that I can tell she's had a new baby. So we're going to come out here, we're going to take a look and see which one it is. And if we can, we'll see if it's a calf or, excuse me, if it's a heifer or a bull calf. So let's go out here and take a look. Okay, there's a group of cows out here, and they've got a couple babies out here and that kind of thing, which is kind of common. But I could tell by the afterbirth that that one of these cows, the cow here on the far right, has also calved. So we'll take a good look. The grass looks good. There's lots of grass. See which one this is. Hi, 16-1. So who is this? Hi, babe. Hi, 16-1. All right, this is 17-2. This is the baby that we kind of chased across the field yesterday. She's brought him back into the herd now and has brought him part of the herd here. But we'll go check it. It looks like 16-2. Maybe she's just clearing the rest of her afterbirth. There's our bull calf. Okay, it is 16-2. 16-1, I'm sorry, 16-1. It is 16-1. And she's got her baby hid over here, but I looked and I saw the afterbirth. She must just be clearing the rest of her afterbirth. Yeah, that's all we got going on. She's got her little baby stashed right here. Let's see if we can get a little better look at him. Just verify he's a bull calf. Yep, yeah, bull calf. I really wish I had the tagger for him right now because he'd be really super easy to tag right now. All right, well, I thought we had another calf. Boy, we got a lot of them right here. Here's 16-1 for mama, or excuse me, from, my goodness. So here's 16-1 purple, 16-1 teal, 16-1, where I just saw him is right there, 16-1 yellow. He's not going to have any calves, obviously, he. And then there's 16-1 purple, excuse me, pink. All right, let's try this again. We've got 16-1 purple. Right over here, we've got 16-1 teal. Right over here, we've got 16-1 yellow, but he's a steer. And then right over here, we've got 16-1 pink. And off the top of my head, let's see, he must be a bull calf. So that's kind of where the lineage stops for her for now, is we've got yellow and pink that are both males. So anyway, I'm glad this mama's doing really well and the baby's doing really well. And now I can head to the house. I've seen more than I actually was looking at seeing. So, because we got them stretched all the way out there. There's calves out there. There's mamas out there. She's talking to those babies, calling them back, checking on them. Too funny. So the other mom's going to go check on her baby. Everybody's good. All right. All right, let's get the heck out of here. There's another little babe right there. Let's see. Let's take a look and see which one this one is. Oh, I just looked at her. That's 16-1. My goodness. This one is 17-2. That's 17-2. That's 17-2. 17-2 is a heifer. We needed to know that. We couldn't tell the other day. So, all right. With that, we're going to take off. This here is 17-4. She's bagging up real good. She's definitely getting a little jiggly and she's kind of holding her tail out. So we'll keep an eye on her. I don't know that she'll calve today, but I can't say she won't either because these girls have had so many calves that it doesn't take them long. They lay down, have a calf, and start grazing again. This one over here is kind of doing something a little similar as well. She's kind of wandering off by herself. I don't even have a clue which one that is. There we go. She's slowing down. Maybe she's going to calve as well. I don't know. All right, let's get out of here. So really quickly, I was just going to point out that if you're going to take calves to the feed barn, especially around here, I don't know what it's like in Oklahoma or Texas or Florida or anything else, but something that is important here to get the highest dollar for your money. The best things that you can do are bring in a group of calves that are all very similar in size. And doing that, to do that, you hope that they're all born within a very short time frame. Um, it's important that we do that because for us, let's say right now all the calves are up right now, but if we take in say 500 or 600 pound steers or calves, I'll just say calves. If we take in, I'll say 600-pound calves. If I take in a group that spans from April to the end of June, they're going to be stair step, bang, 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 bang. And they're going to bring a much lower price than would the others. So let's say you take them in, like I said, from April to the end of June, and they're all stair step. You're going to get, say, now I know these numbers are not completely accurate and they fluctuate day to day and everything else, but they're stair stepped. You take in 10 calves, you're going to get $2.50 a pound for the average weight of those calves. So you're going to not get a great amount of money. Now I take in 10 calves that are born within 12 days. So they're all just barely a change, if anything. If you look across the backs of them, there may be this much difference all the way across those 10 calves. And you're going to get a much higher price, say $3.25 a pound for the average weight of those. That 75 cents a pound makes a huge, huge difference when you're looking at, 6,000 pounds. It's a huge difference. Um, it just makes a very large difference. So um, it's just something that you should know. It may benefit you in the future, especially if you're getting into cattle in this area. Like I said, I don't know what it's like in Texas or Oklahoma. I don't know what it's like in Florida or Iowa or any of these places. But I do know that in this market, if you can bring in calves that are all really close in size and height, you're going to make a lot more money than you would with a group that is really different in size, weight, color makes a big difference. So if I've got some that are just black, some that are just red, some that are black and white, some that are brockle completely, even if they're all the same size, they're going to dock me price and I'm only going to get $2.75 a pound, even if they're all the same weight. So it's just important in this area that you try to keep all your cows, or excuse me, all your calves really in a tight window, because it really helps benefit you in your price. If you've enjoyed this video or if you've gotten anything out of my content, please do me a favor and like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. It really helps the channel out. A like really helps the channel out. A subscribing really helps the channel out. It definitely helps increase view. It'll put more people seeing the videos who may be interested in the same subject. And so it really will help them in the long run. So again, if you enjoyed the video or if you're liking my content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Comments I love. I really do love the comments. I'd love to know where you're located. I'd love to know if you've got cows. I'd love to know what your program is, whether you're doing rotational grazing, whatever it is, I'd really like to know. So I really, really appreciate you watching. You guys have a great day. Again, I do really appreciate you watching. Without you guys, I would just be standing here wasting my time. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much and have a great, great day.